In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to set up auto exposure bracketing on the Canon R5. Let's get into it. We're on the camera here, and if we click on the mode button, we want to make sure we're in one of the camera modes and not in one of the video modes. We want to make sure we're on one of the camera modes. So I'm going to use manual just for this example. And if we click on the menu, the second item over on the camera here at the top is the exposure composition auto exposure bracketing. And if we click on that, we can go down and we can change with the wheel up here by the shutter button. We can change how far out the f-stop is from the first photo. So it's going to take one photo, and then this is one stop, two stops, 3, 4, 5, and all the way up to 6 stops. So we can go back down to maybe 2 stops there, and then we hit the set button. If you can't change that, because you can also go back to this screen by hitting, if you're on info and you're looking at what you're going to take a picture of, you can hit the info button until you get to this screen, and then you can hit the quick info button, this one here, and then you can either touch it with your finger to go over to the exposure auto bracketing and change it with the scroll up here by the shutter button, or you can hit set, or you can move this around with this little toggle up here. It's a touch screen, so I usually just touch it and change it. If for whatever reason you go into this screen or you go into this one and you scroll this, now if I go away from it and leave it at 0, it's going to show just like this. But if these are grayed out here on the bottom and you try to scroll and this doesn't change like this, it's more than likely your shutter mode. So if we go out of there, we come over to the 6th option on the camera here. This is the shutter mode. So if you have it in a electronic shutter, for example, and we go back over to the exposure bracketing, now it won't allow us to change this. It makes us stay just like it is, and that's because the shutter mode. So if we come back over to the 6th one, shutter mode, we change it back to mechanical, come back over here, and now we have our bracketing that's back on there. So then we can go back, and that's set. So we can hit menu, we can go all the way back into info to what we want to take a picture of. And so there's a couple of different shooting modes that you can use. So what I would recommend using is clicking the quick info button here and going into one of the either 2 seconds or the self timer 10 second or the 2-second timer. So 2 seconds gives you like this. We can hit the focus button, hit the button, we can get our hands away from it, and now it just took 3 photos, all different exposures. Hope that helped you guys. I had a hard time figuring that out on my Canon R5. I kept thinking that maybe it was a lens problem, but it ended up being the shutter mode. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.